Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for tuning in yet again. I appreciate it. One day before pre orders, man, am I excited. I am definitely getting my pre order in for the Xbox Series X. Some pretty exciting news came out today, too. A real game changer. A real game changer. Gotta admit, love the design. It's one gorgeous console. The most powerful one, too. Killer combination. I'd love to know how many of you out there are thinking or deciding between the Series S and the Series X. I originally thought about keeping my 1X and getting a 1S, but I've never really been one to save money, so I will be definitely getting the Series X. And there it is, a real game changer today. Microsoft has purchased Zelinda, which is a media company and the parent company of Bethesda. And all these games are coming to Xbox Game Pass, and I don't have to pay a thing to play any of them. I don't know how PlayStation can even come close to combating something like this. This is a big move today. It's real strategic. It's real great. Xbox, a day before the pre-orders, they came out with this information. This pretty much cements Xbox as the one and only place to play first-person shooter games. No, there's not really much you can say. This is huge. I nobody saw this coming. This blindsided everybody. And Microsoft's 15 game studios has now grown to 23. They've already confirmed that they have the most next-gen exclusives on launch. So, more games on launch, lots of games in Game Pass. You get to play them on mobile anywhere you want with xCloud. And you get games on PC too. I mean, how great is it that I pay one subscription and I get Flight Sim for free on Xbox? On PC, sorry. Flight Sim on PC. I got that day one. I even clicked download and purchase before the game came out, and it automatically from the Microsoft Store on Windows 10. It's quite the package Microsoft has put together. It's really quite the package. Anywhere, anytime, on almost any device, Apple will crumble and they will crack, and eventually xCloud will be on Apple as well, but anywhere, anytime, Xbox gaming. This is I can't wait to play some of these games. Like The Evil Within, I've never played. Starfield, I've never played. Elder Scrolls, I've never played. So these are games. Soon as they hit the, um, as soon as they hit Game Pass, I will be downloading and playing. Um, I'm more excited about these games coming to Game Pass than I am actually putting in my pre-order tomorrow because it's kind of anticlimactic. I gotta put in the pre-order and then I gotta wait until November. But hopefully we get access to these games real soon. What a game changer! Who would have thought? I don't know. I don't know what much PlayStation fanboys can really say at this point. They don't have the most powerful console. They don't have the most next gen exclusives on launch. And now Xbox has added 8 more studios to their 15 for a total of 20. And Bethesda's actually working on a new game that's location is outer space, and it's not supposed to be ready for another year or two. But imagine these game developers with the amount of resources that Microsoft can put into them, and look at the games that they've already made and put out. um Sky is the limit. I'm very excited for games. This pretty much solidifies the next generation for Xbox. The next generation of gaming on Xbox is going to be amazing. These guys are going to create great, great games. They already have created great, great games that, you know, even people with PlayStation rave about these games, but now they're owned by Microsoft. Microsoft has really entered this generation with a lot of momentum. And, little jabs. We got the most powerful console, most next gen exclusives on launch. Bethesda, I mean, Sony keeps taking jabs to the face, but they're not retaliating with anything. And it's actually, I'm going to be putting in a pre-order for PS5 digital edition because I've always had both consoles. So I tune into these live streams that Sony puts out, and one thing I noticed is they're not really talking about hardware or haptics on the controller. There's a lot of things they haven't talked about at all. The last stream I watched, they had a couple of exclusives like Spider-Man and God of War and things like that. Then they went to talked about a bunch of multiplats, and then came the debacle of not talking about pre-orders and the vendors kind of being left in an ambiguous state. So they said, screw it, we're gonna go live with the pre-orders because we're supposed to get some direction from this stream, which didn't happen. And so the retailers went live and everybody was left scrambling. Didn't really matter to me too much. I'm not one of those people that's gonna have a PlayStation right off the bat, but I will eventually be getting a PS5 all digital edition to go with my Xbox Series X. Sorry, but oh my god, my someone I know did the pre-order, and then I heard things about the old PS4 controllers not being compatible with the new system. There's a bunch of stuff out there. So I kind of, I went on Best Buy and I looked at the controllers. I live in Canada, so I'm talking Canadian prices. The console is $629.99. Xbox Series X is $599. The PS5 is $629.99. A controller is $89.99. So if I were to get a console, two controllers, an in addition to the one that comes with the console, and I were to get that controller charger dock, that's 29.99 Canadian. With tax, it's almost 950. I'm talking almost $1,000. There is no way in the hell I'm spending that kind of money right now. I know PlayStation pre-orders sold out, but Americans are Americans are making American money, so $4.99 is a much easier number to digest. But in Canada, $1,000 for a PlayStation pre-order, unbelievable that people in Canada are getting this. Meanwhile, I get a Xbox Series X. I don't have to worry about my controllers, my external SSD that I have specifically for my Xbox, which is USB. I can plug that in, get my extra terabyte with the terabyte that's built in. There's just so much compatibility there with the older hardware for Microsoft, where I could just concentrate on getting my hands on the console and nothing else. But $1,000 PlayStation pre-order is insane. I don't care how much of a fanboy you are, you can't justify it. It's the only reason why I don't have a PlayStation pre-order, because I looked at the prices and there's no way I'm paying $1,000. Nope. It's unbelievable when I saw that. I assumed, I saw Xbox at $5.99. I assumed PlayStation would be $5.99, but $629.99, $289.99 controllers and a $29.99 controller recharge dock. I was like, no way, $1,000. Not only are you paying more for less technology, a weaker console. I don't know. I can go on a rant for. Like I said, I've always had a PlayStation and an Xbox. I lean towards Xbox as being the better console. I will be getting both consoles in the next generation, but I just cannot justify $1,000 pre-order Canadian. Unbelievable. Xbox, Sony is completely ripping people off. Completely ripping people off. I cannot believe it. But this is very interesting. This is huge news. I can't wait to put in my pre-order tomorrow, and I will be back with some more videos talking about the content. Hopefully these games hit Game Pass and we can start talking about it. I didn't really say anything about Flight Sim, but I got it. I played it day one. I was very impressed with this game. Everything about this game is world class, and hopefully it comes to Xbox. It's something. It's one of those games where even though I have a really nice gaming PC, it doesn't run the best. The graphics are amazing. Everything looks great. The resolution is amazing, but it doesn't always run the best. It can be, unless you detail it down a little, dial down the details a little bit, and get your frame rates up. It's a little bit choppy. So I would love to see it on an Xbox, or run on an Xbox, smooth, no problems, and you plug in your hardware, whether you have a yoke, or you get some external hardware to plug into that Xbox. I think it'll be the best experience. Will definitely be on the Xbox, but can't say nothing about PCs, and some of the gaming PCs out there are amazing, and people are running this on full resolution and detail and everything, and it looks great. I unfortunately I have a Radeon 590. It's not the greatest video card, but it definitely allows me to still play the game and enjoy it. And I love the fact that I get games like that included in Game Pass. Not only the 100+ games on xCloud, which I have been playing as well. I have my hardware. What I got was, where is it? Where did I put it? I got my controller, and I got this puppy. This is great. This is really great. You plug in your phone and you play. It actually feels really great in terms of how it feels in your hand. I have a Nintendo Switch as well, so um, I won't be needing it anymore. I probably will never gonna turn it on again. But this is really good. It feels great in the hand. Triggers and the bumpers and everything like that feel great. So this is worth the buy, 100%. For $100, it's not an egregious amount to pay for something like that. But if you are going to xCloud game, this is good for home. When I'm in my office, I use this. But if I'm going to go out, the other day I went over to my friend's place, and they only have PlayStation, so they wanted to kind of check out what xCloud was all about, and I took over the other controller and hooked up the Android phone, and they loved it. Played some Forza, so it was great. Let me know what you guys think of this acquisition by Microsoft. I think it's an undeniable game changer, and Sony has to respond with something. If they don't respond at all, and they just go into November and the console comes out with the games that are available, I think it's going to be a little. I think they're going to limp into the next generation. Like I've said before, their 9 terabyte console is the weakest. It's the weakest console if you look at Radeon cards and AMD. I mean, if you look at Radeon cards, if you look at the cards that are out there, and on average you're looking at almost 10 teraflops for an average video card, and you're looking at the max is 16 teraflops, 14 teraflops on big expensive cards, 2080 Ti's, and the next generation video cards haven't really come out yet. PlayStation starting the next generation in last place. So it's going to be interesting what happens come November. Let me know your thoughts. For the ones that got the PlayStation pre-orders, if you were able to get them in, I know I had to message a buddy of mine and let him know that the pre-orders went live a little bit early so he can get his. I saw a lot of people upset online that they were out or they were busy doing something else and they didn't really see and they didn't really get their hands. Let me know how many of you got your hands on a console, where you got it from. I'm hearing that Amazon had to refund everybody based on issues with how many consoles they thought they can pre-sell and things like that. So I'm looking to go to Best Buy for my pre-order tomorrow, but I'm also fortunate enough to have an EB Games two streets away from me, so I'm very close to one. If I have to go into a location, I will at 11 a.m. and put in my pre-order. So let me know what you guys think of this acquisition by Microsoft, the pre-order situation that was kind of bungled by Sony, and which console you're going to pre-order tomorrow. See you later, guys.